Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with Nedbank Private Clients.
Hello and welcome to your weekly business watch. This is a segment that is brought to you by Nedbank Eswatini in collaboration with Eswatini TV to try to ensure that you as a viewer, you get updates on what's happening in the business sector, especially products that are being offered by Nedbank Eswatini. I'll be joined by Tenele Dlamini from Nedbank Wholesale just to give us the overview and the explanation that comes with the corporate business and the business service model. Welcome to you to the show this afternoon, Tenele Dlamini. How are you feeling?
I'm okay, thanks Fabrice. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Now, we talked about this offline, but now we're having a conversation just to let the viewer know that these are the products as a Nedbank Eswatini that you're offering. Now, when you talk about the wholesale, what are we referring to in terms of the corporate aspect within the Nedbank sector?
Okay, thanks for that, Fabrice. So when we talk about the wholesale department, we're talking about the department that looks after your corporate and your businesses. We also have the agri department as well within our division, and they look after the agri clients, which can range from your smallholder farm holders all the way up to your large-scale agri businesses. Yeah.
All right. Now, this brings me to the main topic of today's subject. That is the corporate and the business service model. Now, the two terms have got a meaning depending to where you fit as a client or as an entity. Corporate and business service model. Take us through that.
Okay, so our business clients, in order to qualify as what we would call a business client at Nedbank, you would need to be making an annual revenue of 30 million up to 100 million.
All right.
I know it seems a little bit steep,
All right.
but you have, you know, your companies like some of your filling stations, companies in the manufacturing sector who would fall into this category in the transport sector as well. But now when we're talking about corporates, we're talking about an annual turnover of over 100 million. And I know that seems a bit alarming, and hey, that's a percentage of the country's budget. But we indeed have corporates in this country. Some of our manufacturing, some of our investment companies, some of our property companies, and even some of the supermarkets as well. Exactly, your franchises, those fall into the corporate banking sector. And just to note, in the business and corporate, these entities are in both the private and the public sector. So we have public government parastatals who will fall into these categories, who are our business and our corporate clients. All right.
And not to expose the entities or companies that you're working with, but where is it large in terms of what you have? Is it do you have more corporate entities or do you have more business services entities? Okay,
so we have more business clients than we do corporate clients, because of course 100 million is steep.
Yeah, it's quite.
It is, but
for
you
a
know,
small nation,
it's a nice goal to aspire to, because ultimately at the end of the day, as a business, you want to grow. So we have more clients falling into the business space, and that means as well that our service model, we have more people who are looking after the business clients than we do the corporates, just because of the volumes.
All right. Next question, maybe just to let's look at now first where we are falling more as a country, where we are more active. As a business entity, you want to access your services. as Nedbank.
Okay.
How do you assist me? Then after that, then we look at also the corporate entities. How do you assist them in accessing your services?
All right. So we follow a specific service model at Nedbank because obviously we don't want our corporate and business clients to be going around trying to find out, how do I access services? Do I go to the branch? No. So our service model is what we call the client service model, which is your service team, and it is built with the client at the center.
True.
So this team is made up of business managers or corporate bankers. I myself am a corporate banker.
True.
And these are your experts who are outbound. We go to the clients. We go visit our clients because we want to understand their businesses. And in understanding their businesses, we're able to tailor our solutions to best meet what their financing requirements are. Because our clients want to grow. We also have we try to have an understanding of the industry as well, so that whatever solution we are offering you is tailored to your business life cycle, where you are in that life cycle, as well as the industry that you're in.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, this is Eswatini TV. If you just tuned in, if you're joining us, today's segment, we're just looking at the corporate and the business sectors. How is Nedbank being able to support or rather assist both entities? But what is dominating at this point in time is that as the Kingdom of Eswatini, the business entities are more heavier than the corporate entities because of the budget that comes with being a corporate entity and knowing the population of the country. So the business entities are more frequent to your presence. But now all these aspects that we're highlighting, be it corporate, be it business, they require funds when they want to run their day-to-day activities. So how do you assist them as Nedbank Eswatini?
Okay. I think just to take you back a little bit, in that service team, we are supported by our transactional banking team, which help our clients to implement their transactional banking requirements, whether it's your credit cards, your point of sale, which is your speed point. You see when you go to a supermarket to swipe, that's us. Your online banking, as well as even being able to pay online. And the service team, that's the team that's in the office. Since we are out all the time trying to meet our clients, trying to understand our businesses, we have the team that supports us from a fulfillment perspective in terms of your service. Like if you're looking for a statement or there's payments that you need to do. And then we have our credit team, which is where the funding requirements come in. So they assist and support us in fulfilling our clients' financing requirements. And today we're going to talk a little bit about overdrafts in particular, just to give you a sense of what it is that we do in the wholesale department at Nedbank.
You're taking me there because actually I wanted to go there that personally, as an individual that banks with Nedbank, I have an overdraft. I don't know if I should say that.
Nice.
But now we're not talking about individuals today.
Not
we're talking
today.
about business entities. We're talking about corporate entities. The dominating aspect, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are as a viewer, is that Nedbank Eswatini is more dealing daily with business entities, where we look at corporate side, but knowing the current financial status of the country, the corporate entities require more finances. But within the business entities, there's an issue of overdraft. Because on a daily basis, you want to, for instance, to extend your structures, your products, and everything. So they require an overdraft. The process for a business entity to get an overdraft.
Okay, you're spot on, Fabrice.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, even corporates need overdrafts.
Need an overdraft.
So maybe let me explain what an overdraft is. I think for the benefit of the viewers. So an overdraft is what we essentially call working capital, which is the funds that you use to run your day-to-day operations. So that is your expenses, like paying for the telephone, that is your salaries and your wages for your staff. It could be your fuel. For example, let's say you're a transportation company and you need to be able to fuel. So those are the kind of things that a client needs to be able to operate and to make money. They need money to make money. So that's what an overdraft essentially is. So what then happens is that a lot of businesses are on what we would call, I suppose, payment arrangements, where let's say your company F limited.
F limited.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So maybe now let's give a scenario of a
FM
situation
limited,
where
yeah.
a client
Yeah.
would need an overdraft. Let's say FM limited, is that the name of going
Yeah,
with?
Fabrice Musanga Limited.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Let's say you're in the transportation industry
yeah.
and you are supplying a supermarket.
True.
You're supplying them with cornflakes, beans, all kinds of dry goods. And you have to supply the supermarket every 30 days.
Okay.
But the thing is, the supermarket will pay you every 60 days. So 60 days from when you are raising that invoice, when you're delivering, that is when they pay you. So during that time, when you're not receiving the payment, you still need to run your business. You still need to pay your staff. You still need to fill your trucks to be able to go get the inventory that you are supplying to said supermarket. You have all kinds of operations that need money for you to continue to run and operate your business, and for you to even be able to fulfill your order with that supermarket.
Okay. Boss, yeah, just to make sure that we still in line with what you're saying. Remember, personally, I keep referring to myself when I open an overdraft, account. Is that it also goes to how much I earn personally.
Yes.
So now it's a business entity.
Yes.
We talked about, for instance, 30 million. So if it's a business entity that is making 30 million or that has, a sale of 30 million, how do you qualify the overdraft? Do you give me the entire 30 million, or how much is my draft based on the 30 million? We kept giving an example of 30 million, so that if there's someone out there who has a business entity that is probably making 10 million and he or she wants to apply for an overdraft, how much are you going to give him or give her?
So I won't be able to quantify it now in terms of exact amounts.
Okay.
But what we need, what we actually require to be able to see if we're able to assist you, we require your financial information. So that is your annual financial statements.
Okay.
We want your management accounts, which is basically a statement of your income and your balance sheet at least up to 3 months. We also want your cash flows. So your cash flows are your projections. So what do you think is going to happen in the next 12 months in terms of your business? To be able to determine and assess the amount which you require. It also depends on, going back to our example of your company, you have to supply every 30 days, but you're only receiving payments every 60 days. So we take that timing difference into consideration when we're looking at what your requirement, as well as your affordability. So affordability isn't just for you as an individual, there's also affordability in terms of our business and corporates as well. That is the kind of information that we need and the assessments that we need to make to be able to determine how much it is that we can give you for your working capital or your overdraft.
All right. Tena, before we round up, maybe the issue of sometimes there's an emergency, the duration of that overdraft to be processed, because I have, like you mentioned, FM limited. I can believe that at some point I'll be running an entity of that magnitude. But
good to dream big.
How it depends on the business, or do you have a specific time to say it's a probably a Wednesday, by Friday midday or end of business the overdraft will be processed? How long do you take to ensure that the entity is not affected?
Okay, it definitely depends on the business, because obviously our customers' business models, their financing requirements, as well as their financial information, they are all different. So it depends on the client, it depends on their credit profile, it depends on the information, it depends on your financial information, and it depends on your need as well. Because you see those teams that I mentioned before that are supporting us, like the credit team, for example, they are in the background supporting us in assessing and doing all of the things that need to be done, because at the end of the day, we are money experts who do good. And as money experts who do good, we need to make sure that we are lending responsibly to our clients.
All right. The issue, these are some of the things that business entities and corporate entities, they want to find out, is that there's an issue of also the payment interest. To say, I keep referring myself to what you said in the first time, that 30 million or 10 million. The issue of interest, to make sure that you keep me interested, that next time, once I've paid my overdraft, I can return. Where are we standing? Where are you standing as a Nedbank in terms of interest?
So in terms of the specific interest offering, it depends.
It depends.
Come talk to us,
Yeah.
and we will determine.
Yeah.
But it is worth it to mention that in terms of an overdraft, you only pay for what you use. So we
Okay.
calculate the interest that you have to pay on a daily basis based on how much you've used. So even if, let's say, I've given you an overdraft of 10 billion to get your cornflakes and your beans to supply Denele supermarket, I won't be charging you interest on that 10 million. I'm charging you on what it is that you're utilizing, because during the month, you're receiving payments, so you don't need the overdraft as much. And then you have your expenses, so now you need the overdraft more. So it will fluctuate, and we charge you depending on what you use. So if for the whole month you've only used 2 million, or let's say maybe today you've only used 2 million, the interest that will apply today is for the 2 million that you've used today.
Oof.
So asigeti, don't bulala, we're here to help you.
Yeah. All right. Now, as a viewer, wherever you are, it's all about your Wednesday segment of Business Watch. We're all about finding out what is Nedbank Eswatini is offering, where today's topic was about corporate and business entities. How do they get services under the Nedbank Eswatini umbrella? But now, I want to get to the last part where you explain to us where we can find you in terms of wholesale. As business entities, Singyatibara as a business entity. But how has been the response countrywide in terms of business and corporate entities? How are they responding to your services, and do you see the regular faces returning due to what you're offering?
Yes, definitely we do. We have clients that we have banked for longer than I've been alive, and that is because of the products and the services that we're delivering to those clients. We pride ourselves in understanding our clients' businesses, in understanding what our clients need, so that we can offer them solutions that will meet them in the gap that we as the bank need to fill. But where can you find us? Well, most of the time my team and I are on the road, so you might find us wherever. However, we did just move to our new corporate suite at Matapa Lifestyle Shopping Complex in Matapa on the first floor. It's green, so we're very easy to find. You can find us there. But also, you can call our help desk and say that you want to be connected to corporate banking or business banking or wholesale banking. Either one will get you through to the right people. And that number is 3278 1999. But we also have a website, which is www.nedbank.co.za. But for our corporate and our business clients, we recently launched a new corporate online platform, which we will discuss in later segments a little bit more in depth. But in order to access that site, you just go on to business.secured.nedbank.co.za.
Beautiful stuff, because this is not the only platforms where you can find them. They also have on social media, it's at Nedbank Eswatini Street. So all the platforms, you can use them to ensure that you access the services that are being offered by Nedbank Eswatini. What a topic it was. What an exciting day once again. Tenere, your presence again. Wow, we are blessed. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
I look forward to coming back.
Are you coming back?
I'll come back.
I can't wait. Thank you very much, Tane Dlamini from Nedbank Eswatini, under the Department of Wholesale. We wanted to find out about corporate and business entities. What are the services, rather, that Nedbank Eswatini can offer for both parties, be it corporate entity, be it a business entity? What I've learned, what we have learned also as a viewer, is that majority of the entities we have in the country, these are business entities, but it does not stop also corporate entities for being present in the Kingdom of Eswatini. Stay tuned, because we are not done. Weekly segment is coming next week. We're all about, as Eswatini TV, in conjunction with Nedbank Eswatini, to give you the services that are being offered by your number one channel, Eswatini, channel TV Eswatini, and your number one bank in the country, Nedbank Eswatini. Until we meet again, have a lovely day.